Hello and welcome to the pilot of a new concept we've come up with. Working titles at the moment are My 11, Draft 11, The Draft, still to be fully confirmed. But I'm here with Jack, one of the other members of the Football Game Co. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good. I'm excited to test out this new concept of ours.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, also good. We came up with this idea about a week ago, so it's incredibly fresh, but we're just going for it. We're just recording this. If this goes well, we'll put it out. If it doesn't, we probably won't. But to explain the format, so the football game, for anyone watching this that doesn't know, is a 250 card deck football game that myself, Jack, and our friend Jamie came up with. And what I'm going to do is turn over 11 of these cards. And after each card, Jack's going to pick a player that would be an answer for that card, trying to build the best 11 he can out of the 11 cards he gets. And then at the end, we'll have a manager card. He'll have an 11-player team and a manager. And hopefully it'll be a strong team. We'll see. That's the concept. Any other thoughts from you on it, Jack? Any strategy going into it?
I'm excited. That's all I know. I've got no expectations for how this is going to go or how I'm going to decide. And I'm also scared about cards that, might not fit in with a team. So I've got a notepad and pen because I've got to try and think about this logically. So let's just see how it goes.
Nice. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You are very much the guinea pig for the concept as well. So let's see how it goes. Okay, are you ready to jump straight in?
Let's do it. Let's go for it.
Okay, so we've got a pile of player cards, giving them a shuffle, and I will now turn over your first card. We have got, okay, it's not a bad one, I don't think. Croatian players.
Croatian players. So just to clarify, maybe this is just worth clarifying for the pilot episode as well, and for anyone that might listen to this, is it the best team that we can possibly make, or is it up to you? Because
it's a good question actually. I guess it's up to you. But people will be looking at your 11 and they will be judging you on it. So as long as you have to stand by your pick, I think you can do what you want, really.
But immediately, I want to go like Bosco Balaban. I'm not going to, but for some reason, that was the first name. But then, realistically, I might only end up with one striker, and that one striker cannot be Bosco Balaban if I'm creating the best team. But if I'm going for like an obscure team, that would be amazing. So there's almost already two directions that guests in the future could take their team. So
I think you can pick any players you want, and I think I think a lot of people theoretically, if people end up doing this, they'll probably try and build the best team. But if you're looking to build a cool team, that's also valid, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Croatian players, I'm going for Modric.
Yeah. That's
Modric state. Yeah, because he's a very cool footballer. Modric would be cool in any team in a number of positions. So I feel like I could be quite flexible with him tactically. So for a first pick, I'm pretty happy with him. But I might regret not picking Bosco Balaban.
I'd say it's unlikely. No, I think Modric is the standout pick for Croatian players, I'd say, for sure. If it was later in the game, you needed a defender, you could go for Gvardiol, Vedran Čorluka. You could go for various people, but at this
Simic, he's Croatian, right?
Simic,
and I was thinking Igor Tudor as well, would have been one of my defensive options.
What's his name again? The West Ham manager? He's Croatian, right?
Bilic,
yeah, Slaven Bilic.
Is he?
He was, pretty sure Croatian player.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You could add Mandzukic if you needed a striker, but I think pick one. Modric is just standing out as the answer.
Because technically, I could play him in pretty much like 4 or 5 different positions. So,
Cool.
Okay.
Nice. Card 1. Croatian players, Modric. Nice pick. There's basically one extra rule in this game, actually, I should have said, which is at one point across your 11 cards, you can burn a card, discard a card, and get a replacement instead. So Jack's got that one play throughout the whole recording, the whole 11 picks to use at one point if he wants to. You don't have to. You could be happy with your 11 cards. Okay, next card. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is quite a good one too. Actually, I think you'll like this. We've got Dutch forwards.
Ooh.
Card.
Ooh. Dutch forwards. And in true football game fashion, we always say that is like a front three. So like an Iron Robin would count as a Dutch forward. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Van Nistelrooy. Just because I feel like that's quite cool already. Like Van Nistelrooy. And you don't often hear him get mentioned much these days.
True.
So yeah, Van Nistelrooy, straight out.
Yeah, again, I rate it. I mean, you've got Van Persie, you've got Van Nistelrooy, you've got I don't know, Kluivert, Robben. There's a few decent options there.
Yeah.
I mean, so Johan Cruyff probably if you want to go retro, but yeah.
Yeah. So we know I am at least playing with one centre forward because, let's be honest, he can't play anywhere else. So
yeah. But you've still got, you know, I mean, you probably would always have this at this point, I guess. But you could either have him as a lone striker, quite feasibly, or he could be in a two.
Yeah. Or front three. But like, there's definitely, that's that one position done, sorted.
Cool. Okay. Next card. Let's keep it rolling. We have. Oh, okay. I mean, this is interesting, actually. You've got non-German players to play for Bayern Munich.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot.
There is a lot, yeah.
I'm gonna go. Oh, there's one of two. Either David Alaba or Alphonso Davies. But I think Alaba got moved up to midfield a bit. He played like, I think Guardiola said once he could play all 11 positions pretty much. So I'm going to go for Alphonso Davies, I think.
Okay. Makes sense. I mean, you could also have had Robben, interestingly, straight away.
I could have, but I didn't want to go three very attacking players like straight off the bat. So, but at least with Alphonso Davies, you could play left mid, left wing back, left back. Mm-hmm. So again, three options with him.
Yeah. No, rate it. That's good. Okay, next card. Okay, quite a fun one. Players to play for Harry Redknapp.
Love it. You could do that. Oh. Wow. There's just so many. I think Gareth Bale definitely played under him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gareth Bale.
Nice.
Again, there's so many. I was trying to think of like more defensive players. Sol Campbell, Ledley King. But yeah, Bale gotta be.
I think Bale might be the best player to play for Harry Redknapp. Peak Bale, I can't think of many. I mean, Modric would be a contender, but generally,
Modric, yeah. Defoe would have been a contender if I hadn't got Van Nistelrooy.
Robbie Keane,
Van der Vaart would have been a good shout.
Nico Crankchar, maybe.
Yeah, classic.
Not quite Bale, but good option.
But again, this is where this game would be actually really fun if you were just doing like a fun obscure 11, because then you've got like Benjani, Xhaka, Hislop, Primus, Todorov, Mercer. Like you could have a really fun
Steve Stone.
Steve Stone. Why not? Just chuck Steve Stone in. So definitely there is other ways you could go with this game. But let's go on the good team route, and that's Bale.
Yeah. Cool. Number 5, we've got, I mean, I keep saying this, but I think this is a good card. You've got players to play in the 04-05 Champions League final, Liverpool AC Milan. That game has some absolute ballers in it to pick from.
I mean, it's more the AC Milan, isn't it? Like,
other than the obvious.
Gerrard, but like Milan, you would have had like Seedorf, Gattuso, Shevchenko, Inzaghi. Was Dida? Did Dida or Abbiati play in that one? I can't quite remember.
Dida, pretty sure.
Maldini, Nesta,
Yeah.
Stam.
Yeah, Stam, and the right back.
Cafu.
Yeah.
Fuck that. So basically, I'm going to go for one of those 4 defenders, I think, because they're just all too good not to. Because again, like I feel like Nesta centre back, but then how often are you going to? Would a good right back come up like Cafu? I think I might Nesta. I might regret this, but I'm actually going to go for Cafu. Just lock in my right back.
Yeah.
Or right wing back.
I don't think you can regret that because you've got arguably the best player in history in that position. I don't see how you can regret that pick. So no, I think that makes sense. You can't go wrong with Maldini either. You can't go much wrong with quite a lot of them, but Cafu, I don't think you can regret.
Yeah, but it just makes more sense going for that sort of some of those AC players.
Okay, you sticking with
that? It's
there?
Actually quite unreal that Liverpool even won that. Like because that team is unreal. And yeah, I'm not fussed about Gerrard enough to want to raid the Liverpool side. So yeah, Cafu.
Next card. Okay, this one I'll be interested to see what you do with this. This will be interesting. European players to play in Australia.
Oh,
you do have your one burn if you want to use
it. The one that's really like you got Damien Duff, but I don't really want Damien Duff. I'm definitely not picking Stephen Taylor. Del Piero would be the shout, I think. But then I'm thinking, how does that fit in Van Nistelrooy? He's not really a wide striker, Del Piero. I mean, you could have him in a fourth, like a free, or you play Van Nistelrooy with Del Piero, 2 strikers. Is there anybody else? European players play in Australia. Del Piero is genuinely like the only one I can think of.
You going for Del Piero?
Yeah, I am. I'll figure it out how I'll play it. Plus, that's a cool player, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, and I'll figure out how I'm putting him in later. I don't think it's worth a burn yet. So Del Piero is my 6th choice.
Nice. I think that's who I'd pick. The only other names just in my head, and I don't think I'd pick them over Del Piero, but Robbie Fowler, right?
Oh, yeah.
Quite cool. Not quite Del Piero necessarily, but definitely valid, I think. And then not on the same level as those two, but you could have had him, would have been old Emil Heskey.
Yeah, I don't regret my choices. I'm happy with Del Piero.
Yeah. No, that's the best one I can think of. I mean, if you end up with a front 2 of Van Nistelrooy and Del Piero, I could see that working as well.
That's pretty sick. Yeah.
Nice. All right, we're 6 picks in, 5 picks to go on players, then the manager. The next player card. Okay, you're going to be glad you've got this card kind of now rather than later, I think. But you've got this one. Goalkeepers. Manchester United. So,
okay. Yeah. That's going to be Schmeichel, isn't it? Really? It would have been cool to go for Van der Sar or Bosnich, but Schmeichel.
Yeah. I think Schmeichel, Van der Sar or De Gea are the obvious answers. And then I would say, well, Schmeichel feels like the top of those, I guess. But
yeah,
could debate it.
Yeah. Schmeichel. Easy.
Quickest answer yet. Fair enough. Okay, next card. We've got lots of good options here. Players to play for Juventus.
Oh, okay. Players play for Juventus. Interesting. I mean, I'm not going to go for an attacking player like you Trezeguet, Ibrahim. I don't need another striker essentially, unless I'm playing front three. But I mean, I can have Ronaldo though. So
could have Ronaldo, yeah.
That's like, again, if I had then Ronaldo, that's then an interesting shape I could play. Defensive players, who have you got? Like Takinardi, central defence midfielders, Zambrotta, midfielder, Hector Davids. Davids that's a shout. Like him and Modric in like a diamond. Or I'm torn between Davids and Ronaldo. Again, I might regret it, because basically I'm thinking a Ronaldo, Bale, Van Nistelrooy front three is pretty sick. But
where's Del Piero fit in?
Oh fuck, Del Piero, yeah.
Unless he goes as your 10, and you literally just like you've got 4 very attacking people in there. But unless you go Bale, well, you can't go Bale at left back. You've got Davies. Yeah.
I could have Davies left back, Bale left wing, Del Piero left forward. I just overload that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not actually going to go for Ronaldo, because I'm not really Ronaldo obsessed. I'm going Davids, because he's just the boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we're putting Davids in there.
Nice.
And I feel good about that.
I rate it. I mean, Davids and Modric, that's a good pairing. You've got your enforcer, who's obviously talented beyond that, but in Davids, and you've got your absolute ball player, playmaker, can't take the ball off him, dictating the game in Modric. So in my mind, it works.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. When the card came over, the first player I thought of, I didn't clock Ronaldo at all. The first player I thought of was Davids to put in, and the second player I thought was Chiellini. Get a top centre back in there.
Oh yeah, he would have been good, to be fair.
But yeah, I think Davids is a good pick. Although you might have to. Yeah, you'd have to get some centre back soon. That's the only thing.
I do. So basically, Modric, Van Nistelrooy, Davis, Bale, Cafu, Del Piero, Schmeichel, Davids. So 2 defenders and probably a midfielder or a striker to go.
Yeah. All right, next card. For a man who needs centre backs, this isn't really the card you need, but we've got forwards to play in the Scottish Premier League.
I think. No, I can't make this work, I don't think. I'm going to burn that card, please. That'll be my first burn, and only burn.
Only burn, yeah. Okay, you sure? Burning that one?
Yeah.
If you get another goalkeeper card, you've got a goalkeeper playing out pitch.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Because I was thinking, like, should I go for like Henrik Larsson and then just try and fit him in somewhere? But I'm risking it and burning it.
Okay. All right. Next card then. Okay, we've got players to play for blank team.
Ooh, okay.
And we discussed this before starting recording. And what we're going to do is I will pick the blank, and then Jack will play off of that. So, as an Aston Villa fan, I'll give you players to play for Aston Villa. Okay. Ooh,
very nice. Thank you. In that case, we're going for Olaf Melberg, centre back.
Nice.
Chuck him in there.
Yeah, nice.
I genuinely tempted. Grealish could have really rounded out a midfield for me, but I'm worried about centre backs because I don't have any. So. And I love Melberg, so he's going in.
Yeah, I think that works. Can play right back if needed, I think. Is that right?
Yeah,
Melberg?
yeah, he could. Yeah, he could.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Although you've got Cafu. So unless you go wing.
Got Cafu, so we're fine. No, Melberg's good.
Cool. All right, 2 picks to go. Next card. Okay. You kind of wanted it earlier. No burns left. Aussie
players. Okay. Yeah, I'm going Harry Kewell, just because I mean he's like one of the better Australian players. Midfield, unless I'm being really stupid and missing someone else out. Like, I mean, Tim Cahill could have been cool. No, I'm happy with Harry Kewell because on his day before he got injured all the time, he was a class. So yeah, Harry Kewell.
Yeah, I think I'd have taken. Cahill personally,
Yeah.
but Kewell, good pick.
Right, so I really need a centre back, ideally now.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's a back three of Mellberg, Cafu, and Davies. Which, given that Davies is not very centre back, and nor is Cafu, actually, for that matter, you need a centre back on this card.
I need a centre back.
Yeah. Okay. This is to be honest, without laying it on too thick, I feel like it's going to make or break your team. Like, if you get a card where you can put a quality centre back in there, great team. If it's a forward card, this is a mess. It's come down to that. Okay. Card number 11. Here we go. Okay, you're not going to like it. Players to win the Premier League Golden Boot.
No, mate, I'm covered. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, actually, I might know what you're going to do. I might do. Go on, go for it.
I am going for Dion Dublin because he's won the Premier League Golden Boot and he became a centre-back at the latter stages of his career. So he's just slotting in there at centre-back next to Olaf Mellberg. But that's quite amazing that I'm able to fit in that card into a centre-back. Like, that's quite... I'm quite happy with myself, to be honest.
Fair enough, yeah. No, I think when I saw it, I thought you were screwed initially, but it's worked out. Okay, you've got your 11 players. We'll do your manager, and then you can run us through the full 11 players and manager. So, your manager card, I'm turning over now. You have, quite specific.
Nice. Okay, well, I'm going Klopp because it's pretty obvious, pretty simple, but I do like Klopp a lot, so pretty easy.
I think so. That's the pick, I think.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool. Well, you've done it. You've picked your 11 players and your manager. Would you like to talk us through your 11 as it lines up on the pitch for its first game?
Yeah. Okay, so formation, I've kind of been placing them as we've been going. Formation, I'm just going for a very simple 4-3-3 with a holding player. I very nearly went for a narrow 4-4-2 diamond, but I didn't. I think 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder makes more sense in this case. So obviously in goal, Schmeichel. Left back, Alphonso Davies. Right back, Cafu. Obviously kind of those three pick themselves. Centre backs, Olaf Mellberg and Dion Dublin. For those of you listening, might not know, but Dion Dublin transitioned to a centre-back in his last stages of career. Holding midfielder, Edgar Davids, one of the best holding midfielders on the planet. Then the two central midfielders in front of him, Harry Kewell and Modric. Front three, on the left, Del Piero. On the right is Gareth Bale. Again, same reason for Real Madrid, cutting in on the inside. And then lone striker, Van Nistelrooy, which overall, maybe with the exception of the Dion Dublin card at the end, I still love Dion Dublin. So overall, I'm very happy with that team, how that's worked out. And then obviously Klopp managing. So pretty fun.
No, I rate it. I rate it a lot. There was a moment on that last card where, as I said, if you hadn't been able to fit a defender in there, it could have been a bit of a mess with the back line of Mellberg, Cafu and Davies, but Dion's in the middle of Mellberg. Great partnership. I think it works. It's a great team.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. There's some fun names in there, and I think they would perform. I think there's a lot of goals in that team.
Yeah, no, I agree. Who are you making your captain?
Cafu, I think. Yeah. World Cup winning captain.
Awesome. Well, that's it then, I guess. That is the pilot episode of our new concept. The Football Game presents My 11, Draft 11, something like that.
Something like that.
If you've watched this or listened to this and enjoyed it, then follow us, subscribe on whatever platform you've listened to this on, because we might have an episode 2 coming soon. And if you like the look of the game, go to thefootballgame.co, www.thefootballgame.co, where you can buy a copy to play this and other forms of the game for yourself. All right, we'll leave it there. If you've enjoyed it, as I say, follow, because we might have some more coming. If you've not watched Versus, which is our other podcast series where 2 teams play against each other in the football game, go and check that out. But for today, I think that's it.